A very good afternoon, students. Today I'm going to explain you biodegradable polymers. But before that, in the previous session, we have seen the fibers. So those are nylon 6, 6 and the Kevlar. Both are the polyamides. Polyamide is nothing but amide is repeating for n number of times. And the difference between the nylon 6, 6 and Kevlar is nylon 6, 6 is the aliphatic polyamide and the Kevlar is the aromatic polyamide. And nylon 6, 6 compared to the nylon 6, 6, Kevlar is more strong because the aromatic compounds and not only aromatic compounds, both the polyamides are having the hydrogen bonding. Because of the hydrogen bonding, two fibers are very, very strong fibers. So now let us see the next topic, that is biodegradable polymers. Generally, polymers are not affected by the environment. Most of the polymers are not affected by the environment. So we have seen in every polymer's properties. It is highly resistant to the atmosphere, highly resistant to the ozone, and highly resistant to the acids and the bases. So most of the polymers are not affected by the environment. But to some extent, polymers and plastics are degraded slowly by oxidation, UV radiations, extreme temperature, and etc. Yes, but some extent, some of the polymers are degrading very slowly. Those are decomposing very slowly. For example, let us take the polythene. Polythene is one of the plastic and which is decomposing in the environment, which is degrading in the environment very slowly. And when it is degrading, it is giving some of the harmful gases in the environment. So which are very, very harmful to the human being and the environment. Yes. So natural polymers are biodegradable. Most of the natural polymers are the biodegradable. We know that. But synthetic polymers and plastics are not prone to biodegradation and cause pollution to the environment. The growing awareness on the hazards caused by the disposal of plastics has resulted in the search for plastics which are biodegradable. So we can replace the plastics with the biodegradable plastics because biodegradable plastics are decomposing in the environment easily. But biodegradable polymers are defined as the degradable polymers in which degradation is caused by the action of natural occurring microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, and the algae. So in biodegradable polymers, how the degradation is occurring? The degradation is causing in the nature. It is occurring in the nature due to the presence of bacteria, fungi, and the microorganisms. And during composting, they yield carbon dioxide and water molecule in organic compounds and biomass without leaving toxic residue. But whereas the non-biodegradable polymers, these are releasing, along with this, these are also releasing the toxic compounds in the environment. But whereas the biodegradable polymers are not releasing the toxic compounds in the environment. And the biodegradable polymers may be naturally occurring or may be synthesized by chemical means. So there are two types of biodegradable polymers are there. One is which is synthesizing in the nature. Those are the natural biodegradable polymers. And also we have the chemical biodegradable polymers. That means even we can synthesize the biodegradable polymers by using starch. So those are also called as the biopolymers, non-biodegradable polymers. Not non-biodegradable polymers, biodegradable polymers, but which are synthesized, that is artificial biodegradable polymers. In addition, feedstocks to synthesize these biodegradable polymers may come from the processing of crops grown for the purpose for the byproducts of other crops, along with chemical and biochemical processes. So nowadays, the people are having the awareness to save our environment. Yes, so to save our environment, so what the people are doing, they are preparing the eco-friendly items. So most of the eco-friendly items are synthesized by using the natural products. But by adding some chemicals, they are synthesizing the biodegradable polymers or biodegradable products, naturally occurring biodegradable polymers. So we know that there are two types of biodegradable polymers. One is natural and another one is the artificial. Naturally occurring biodegradable polymers. A wide variety of natural occurring polymers are available. The fact that these substances were polymers was not known. In many quarters, the ignorance persists that the naturally biodegradable polymers classified into four groups as given here. Just a minute. So those are polylactic acid, polyvinyl acetate, polyvinyl alcohol, polyamide esters. So these are the biodegradable polymers which are synthesized. But naturally occurring polymers, these are four types which are not part of our syllabus, but just for awareness. But synthesized biodegradable polymers are nothing but which are synthesized in the laboratory by means of chemicals. But in our syllabus, we have only two. One is polylactic acid and polyvinyl acetate. So let us see those two, polylactic acid and polyvinyl acetate. Polylactic acid is a biodegradable aliphatic thermoplastic polyester. Yes. So what is polylactic acid? Polylactic acid is one of the biodegradable polymer and which is aliphatic thermoplastic polyester. What is mean by the thermoplastic? Thermoplastic has nothing but the plastic which is becoming soft on heating and which is hard on cooling. That is mean by the bioplastic. That is thermoplastic. So even our polylactic acid also one of the thermoplastic and which is biodegradable aliphatic polymer. What is aliphatic? Aliphatic is nothing but which is not having any aromatic rings. And it is derived from the renewable resources such as cornstarch, tobacco roots, chips or starch or sugarcane. So how the polylactic acid is synthesizing? By using the starch or from the roots or from the chips or by using this even from the sugarcane, the waste of the sugarcane, we are synthesizing polylactic acid. And lactic acid is obtained by the bacterial fermentation of sugarcane or from the starch obtained from the corn. So how the lactic acid, initially how the lactic acid is synthesizing either from the sugarcane or from the starch of the corn. From this we are getting the lactic acid initially. And oligomerization and catalytic dimerization of lactic acid results in the formation of lactide monomer. So initially we are getting one of the monomer. That monomer is called the lactide. So here polylactic acid is synthesizing in 2 or 3 different ways. One of the way is formation of the lactide. So lactide is one of the intermediate and from that lactide we are getting the polylactic acid. But today I'm not going to explain you through the lactide formation. Directly I'm going to explain you. And polylactic acid is obtained by the condensational polymerization of lactic acid in the presence of acid or the base catalyst. How the polylactic acid is synthesizing? Polylactic acid is synthesizing due to the condensational polymerization of lactic acid either in the presence of acid or in the presence of base catalyst. First, let us see what is lactic acid. I will draw the structure of lactic acid now. See, H, CH3, OH, COOH. This is the structure of lactic acid. See here, the same thing we are writing here like CH. See here, OH I have written here right, but here we have that left side. OH, CH, CH3 here we have written at the bottom side, COOH. Yes. This on condensation. How many times it is repeating? It is repeating for n number of times. See here, when we write this for the double times, let us write here. Same thing, let us write here. OH, CH, CH3, single bond, C double bond O, OH. Let us write one more mole, just for representing, just for showing how the water molecule is eliminated. OH, single bond, CH, CH3, single bond, C double bond O, OH. Yes. So here, water molecule is eliminating from carboxylic acid hydrogen, from here OH. See here, C double bond O, O is bonding to CH, CH3. C double bond O, again this hydrogen is eliminating in the form of water molecule with other OH. So like that the water molecule is eliminating here. Yes, so this is the formation of polylactic acid. So now let us see the properties and applications of polylactic acid. Due to chiral nature of lactic acid. First, you have to know what is meant by the chiral. Again, I will draw the structure of C hydrogen, just a minute. C hydrogen, CH3, OH, and what is there here? We have the COOH. Chiral nature or chiral carbon is that, but if the carbon is surrounded by 4 different atoms, COOH, OH, hydrogen, CH3. See here, carbon is surrounded by the 4 different atoms. So this carbon is called the chiral carbon. This carbon is called the chiral carbon. So this carbon is having, this compound is having the chiral nature. So due to having the chiral nature is nothing but if the carbon is surrounded by the 4 different groups. Due to chiral nature of lactic acid, several distinct forms of polylactic acid exist. I said you know, we have the different ways to formation of for the formation of polylactic acid. So we have the distinct form of polylactic acid exist. Poly-L-lactic acid is the product resulting from the polymerization of L-lactic acid. PLLA is nothing but poly-L-lactic acid. Has a crystallinity of around 37%, a glass transition temperature between 60 to 65 degrees centigrade, and a melting temperature, that means melting point is between 173 to 178 degrees centigrade. And however, heat resistant polylactic acid can withstand temperature of 110 degrees centigrade. It can withstand, that means it can bear up to 110 degrees centigrade. And polylactic acid is soluble in chlorinated solvents, hot benzene, tetrahydrofuran, and dioxin. So it is soluble. That means it is soluble in these type of compounds especially. And now let us see the applications. It is used in biomedical applications such as sutures, drug delivery devices, and dialysis media. It is useful for producing loose fill packaging, compost bags, food packaging, and disposable tableware. In the form of fibers and non-woven textiles, polylactic acid also has many potential uses, for example, as disposable garments, awnings, feminine, hygiene products, and diapers. And polylactic acid is also used as a feedstock material in 3D printers such as Recraft and MakerBoard. So these are the general applications of the polylactic acid. So now let us see the next one, polyvinyl acetate. It is also similar to polylactic acid, so you can understand very easily. Polyvinyl acetate. Polyvinyl acetate also one of the biodegradable polymer which is obtained by the addition polymerization of vinyl acetate in the presence of benzoyl peroxide. So how it is synthesizing? It is synthesizing due to the additional polymerization. So this is repeating for n number of times. The same thing is repeating for n number of times. You know how the PVC is synthesizing. Same like that, polyvinyl acetate also synthesizing. And this group is not participating here. I will show you. Let us write this compound. CH2 double bond CH single bond. What is this? This is called the vinyl. I said, you know, vinyl. Acetate. What is acetate group? Acetate is nothing but O, C double bond O, CH3. CH3CO minus group is called the acetate. This is acetate. How many times it is repeating? It is repeating for n number of times. Again, the same compound is repeating for one more time. CH2 double bond CHO C double bond O CH3. And what I said now, it is not participating in the reaction. It is also not participating in the reaction. Yes. So now this double bond is shifting from here to here. This double bond is shifting from here to next to monomer. Like this, it is repeating for how many times? It is repeating for n number of times. Yes. So double bond is converts to single bond and we will get a new bond between CH and the CH2. And same this double bond is converts to single bond and we are getting the new single bond here. But this is not participating in the reaction. So see here, double bond is converted to the single bond here. So this is the formation of the polyvinyl acetate. So polyvinyl acetate is synthesizing due to the additional polymerization of the vinyl acetate in the presence of benzoyl peroxide. So now let us see the properties and applications of polyvinyl acetate. Polyvinyl acetate is rubbery synthetic polymer with the formula C4H6O2 taken N. And it belongs to the polyvinyl esters family. We know polyvinyl acetate. Similar to that, it is also one of the family of polyvinyl esters. It is water soluble, colorless, and transparent. It possesses excellent mechanical properties and has good heat resistance. It is harmless if taken orally. Yes, it is not harmful to the human being even if we intake that. And applications and uses of polyvinyl acetate. As an emulsion in water, if polyvinyl acetate emulsions are used as adhesives for porous materials, particularly for wood, paper, and cloth, and as a consolidant for porous building stone in particular sandstone. So that means if the paper or the wall is having any pores, to fill in that pores, we are using this polyvinyl acetate. But how we are using? This polyvinyl acetate is added to the adherents for the sticking. Yes. So when we apply on the wall or on the paper, the holes will be closing and this is sticking with the adherent. As wood glue, polyvinyl acetate is known as white glue and the yellow carpenter glue or polyvinyl acetate glue because of having the rubbery nature. As paper adhesive during paper packaging, converting in book binding and book art due to its flexible, strong bond and non-acidic nature in handicrafts. It is used for making for chewing gums, paint emulsions, etc. And it can also be used as a coating to protect cheese from fungi, and humidity polyvinyl acetate is also the raw material to make other polymers like polyvinyl alcohol. Yes, so these are the applications of polyvinyl acetate. Yes, so both the polymers, both the biodegradable polymers are very, very useful in commercial industry. Yes, so with this we have completed biodegradable polymers. In the next class, we will see the conducting polymers.